The Selfish Path to Romance. Download Chapter 1 for free at drkenner.com and at amazon.com.
Tom, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for taking my call, Dr. Kenner. I'm enjoying the program this morning. Got a question for you, and I hope it isn't really too trivial.
Okay, go ahead, shoot.
It's fairly important to me, so I figured I might as well give it to you.
Good for you.
I started dating somebody, and, we kind of, let's say, hit it off. But I've noticed that this person is trying to change me.
Okay, how old are you? How old are you, Tom?
I'm in my late 30s, and she's in her early 40s.
Okay, and so tell me about the changes.
And I suppose in some people's mindsets it might be all for the better, but for me it's something that is fairly dramatic in the sense that it's something that not only do I not wish to do, even if one can rationalize if it's even for the better. I don't want to even say that I'm set in my ways. I just wish to be comfortable, and to try to change me is going to make me uncomfortable.
Can you give me an example? What's the one that bugs you?
Total example.
The one that bugs you the most.
I can't wear the blue jeans. Got to wear black slacks.
Okay.
That is a change in lifestyle that I don't wish. Not only do I not wish to take part of, it's one that it just isn't going to happen. I'm sorry to say that, and that's just one instance.
But you look I'll be her for a minute. You look so much nicer in the black slacks. I mean, you look handsome.
Okay,
and why do you have to wear these worn-out jeans or these?
They're not worn-out jeans, by the way. But
that
would be her opinion. That would be her opinion, and she's entitled to it. And
But can't you do it just? I mean, if you love me, you could do it for me.
Well, then I guess I don't love you.
Okay, so jeans win. Okay, notice it's your own choice making that you're fighting for. If you, on your own, say a decade from now, decide that you want to try on some black slacks and you like the look on you and you're sick of the jeans and you want a change of pace, that's different because it's coming from you.
Well, of course that would be different.
So tell me how else she's doing a whole makeover on you, right?
No, it's the whole makeover.
Okay, give me more. What else?
Oh, I guess a different hairstyle.
Okay.
I mean, it's all this external type of stuff that honestly, like I said, and I am comfortable with it myself. I don't have a problem getting a date when it comes to Saturday night, and I'm just being put through the much more of a roller coaster than I wish to be put through.
Why are you staying with her? What's the value?
Well, there is no value, I guess. I mean, I guess
something kept you. How long have you been dating her?
Oh, it's been about 3 or 4 months.
Okay, what's kept you there for 3 or 4 months? Is she pretty?
She's pretty enough, but there's plenty of good-looking women out there. So it's. I just don't like to. Maybe it's a matter of just a defeatist attitude. I often feel that when one is comfortable with another person, they might as well enjoy it for as long as they possibly can. And I mean, it might be a natural impulse to go around and troll, but that isn't necessarily my style. If I can all prevent it.
Okay, so would you like a long-term romance then? You don't want to just go enjoy one woman for as long as you can, and I think that's reasonable. You do want a long-term relationship. It's not even a question of wanting it. That's reasonable. In this day and age, certainly, it's obviously preferable, I think, to most people probably listening to the program. Okay, so if that's your goal, Tom, then partly whenever two people get together, they will have different styles, different preferences, and many people, I mean, it would be perfectly ideal that that my husband would like my hair the way it used to be, which was frizzy. He doesn't. Well, luckily I didn't either. But let's say I did like it, then we have a conflict. And sometimes those small things which are not moral issues, it's not like lying or cheating or stealing. Losing weight was another one of them. Losing weight is another one of them. But when we first got married, I became a fabulous cook. I was cooking from Playboy cookbooks. I was a gourmet cook. And my husband put on 20 pounds in the first year, and I looked at him, and he was less attractive, and I told him so, and he took off the weight, and we both won. And he told me at a certain point that I was putting on some weight. Now, if you see me, you can't believe that because I'm very thin. But I started losing the weight. Dr. Kenner, I'm sorry. I just come from a point of view where that if you really care about somebody, I mean, it's one thing to give a subtle hint that's very discreet
and it goes almost unnoticed, except to the person that you're talking to, and they pick it up so slightly that they don't even realize that you're even bringing it up. That's one thing, and I have nothing against that. But to go ahead and tell somebody that you care about that to change in such an abrupt way, and that they are so dissatisfying in the way that they are, I am sorry, I got a problem with that.
Okay,
it's almost of a level that I cannot comprehend.
Okay. One of the main goals that you want in a relationship is to feel visible, to be loved for...
Hey, I got to interrupt this because we've got to pay some bills. 30 seconds, that's it. A very quick ad, and then Ellen will be back.
Romance. Ugh, I wish guys knew more about what we want from a relationship. Boy, I wish I knew more about what I want. Where's that ad I saw? Here it is. The Selfish Path to Romance. A serious romance guidebook. Download Chapter 1 for free at selfishromance.com and buy it at amazon.com. The Selfish Path to Romance. That is interesting.
A relationship is to feel visible, to be loved for the person that you are. That type of psychological visibility is what draws us to people. And that's what you want to cherish in any relationship. If somebody, like a critical parent, is always saying, I don't like your hair, I don't like that you wear jeans, you're too fat, I don't like this job, why don't you get a new job?
Why can't that was another one on the list, Dr. Kenner.
Okay, well, these are major, and not the jeans, but, the way you wear it, that's an optional one. It's not more.
I have a job where I have to arrive so early in the morning that by the time late afternoon comes around, I am tired.
Okay.
And apparently when that person's getting off work is the time that she wants to do stuff, and I'm sorry, I am done.
Okay, so...
And it's another problem, and she just can't understand that.
I wrote a book with Dr. Ed Locke. Go to the chapter on finding a soulmate, Chapter 5, and it would show you how complicated it is to find somebody who's a good match for you, because you need to match not only on, is she a moral person, a good person, is she a person who's working, but you need to match on all of these nuances that are very significant. I'm calling them nuances.
Certainly are.
But if you feel like you've got a critical parent around you, and every time she looks at you, she sees funny hair, and she sees a guy who doesn't have the career she wants the guy to have. You're not a Ken doll, and she's not a Barbie doll. You can't make each other into you can't dress each other the way you want. There is some give and take in a relationship, but as you said, it's done with tact. It's done subtly. It's done with loving tenderness, not with the critical parent approach.
I mean, Dr. Kenner, I got to tell you, this is something I would never in a million years have said to her.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to be critical, I could certainly think. I could have been so critical that I would not only would I have damaged her psychologically, it would have been, I think, the end of any kind of relationship. I don't know how we could continue or proceed it after I said such hurtful things.
Okay, you want to respect yourself, obviously. So it sounds like you are sick and tired of her, and you want to break it off. And
I just threw in the towel on the whole thing.
Okay, but if you want to prevent that in the future, there is some give and take in all relationships.
Dr. Kenner, I believe it. I have no problem with a little give and take. But when each and every day there's something new, and then she discreetly kind of tells you, well, she didn't tell you everything at once because she wanted to kind of slowly go in. It was a total makeover by the time we were all
We're at the end of the hour. I'd love to continue talking with you. If you want to call up with maybe a solution for yourself on another show, I'd love to hear from you.
Thank you.
For more Dr. Kenner podcast, go to drkenner.com and please listen to this ad.
Here's an excerpt from The Selfish Path to Romance, the Serious Romance Guidebook by clinical psychologist Dr. Ellen Kenner.
Finding the right romantic soulmate requires not just an emotional bond, but a harmony between one's reasoned judgment and one's feelings. Let's assume that you're reasonably well off in the lovability department. That is, you possess qualities such as moral virtue, self-esteem, passionate valuing, and more. Assume further that you've met someone who possesses similar qualities. Does that mean you found the right romantic partner? Absolutely not. Although love needs such a solid foundation, that foundation is not the whole story. Romantic love is personal and individual. Someone who excites one person may leave another person indifferent or completely turned off.
You can download Chapter 1 for free by going to drkenner.com, and you can buy the book at amazon.com.